Building in public always excited me. The thought about doing something and pushing it on Twitter and then getting feedback on it just sounds great. I guess you can relate. You probably also like to build some things, and getting recognition for that is a cool thing. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I choose not to do that, and I want to explain those in this video. But first, yes, I am part of a local indie hacker group, and there are a couple of hackathons, and sometimes we sit together and we work. And I find this quite encouraging to have this crowd around you, and it motivates a lot to build software products in my team. But my situation is a bit different. It's not that exciting because the programs are quite big and you need a lot of context in order to understand something, and there are not so many hip widgets that people can relate to. And then also it's an intellectual property thing. You don't want to show off work or something in the back end of your clients. It's just not possible legally. And so I have never published much on the indie hacker side or building in public side, but it was always something where I thought this would be great to do. The first reason is that I am coding in Ruby on Rails. And Ruby on Rails is slowly losing popularity. And I don't mean this in a negative way or anything like that. I still love the framework, and I sat on Bali and on the Philippines and in Georgia and in Bulgaria, and I was coding Ruby on Rails for my past startup ideas. I made all my money in my life to gain financial freedom I have now, all with Ruby on Rails. But yet other frameworks are taking off way faster. So yes, Ruby on Rails is new and up to date and stable, and it's still a good choice, but the popularity is not there. And my buddy Ken Grief, who makes a channel about Ruby on Rails coding and a lot of other things as well, but his coding videos regularly get less traction than the previous videos about React development. This is something where the audience size is not as big as they could be. And yeah, there's some great influencers that I'm going to list here. They're just amazing people publishing great stuff on Twitter for Ruby on Rails. It's just that the audiences that they attract, they're always a bit more limited. The second thing is that developers are not my target audience. And there was a post that I just found on Hacker News that actually inspired this video. I find this interesting. One person said, people who build in public, they usually attract an audience of other people building in public. So these indie hacker guys, they have other indie hackers as customers. And so if you look at a couple of them, they often build things that other people need. People like them. And that's all fine, but it's not the thing that I'm going to choose to do. Because we are building things for, in this case, for salespeople or for the partners we are working with. So we need to attract an audience of non-tech people who want to partner up and build products with us together. We're not building products for other indie hackers. So this is just a very sober analysis of the situation. And this means that building in public is just not for me. The third reason is that indie hackers get this thing called audience capture. And this happens to basically everybody who publishes online a lot. Once you start trying different topics in different niches or different angles of something, you will notice that something really works. So for me, in the last weeks, the video that worked really well for me was the video about DocMost. And you can see this on my channel. It's probably the video right now with the most views. DocMost is a search term. People had a look at how to install it, and my video gave them an instruction how to do that. Now, this is not the audience I want to attract. So if I would now go into the mode of just optimizing for views, I would now make more tutorial videos about self-hosting, which is not my target audience. Again, I want to attract people who want to partner up with me to build software products. Those people could not care less about self-hosting. So I don't want to be in the audience capture where I'm only going for these people who are watching my content right now. I need to be very conscious about who's going to watch my videos. And these indie hackers publishing a lot of how they build stuff, they're going to attract other developers. And other developers are usually not people who want to spend a lot of money. Back to my DocMost video, self-hosting. People rather spend $10 per month on a VPS, self-hosted, put in like 10 hours in order to self-host something. And they would rather do that than to spend money on a subscription for, let's say, Notion. And I know that because I'm a developer myself and I do this stuff myself. This is not the people I want to attract in my audience. And the next reason why I'm not building in public is that I'm not an indie hacker. Yes, I'm a hacker. I have a computer science master degree, so I can code. And yes, I'm independent. I'm financially free and I have my own company. But that does not mean I'm a solely indie developer. I have a team, and people in my team, they contribute a lot to these products. And that does not mean that these developers in my team, they actually want their work to be shown freely on the internet. So I cannot ask them to post status updates for me. And as I'm not working on the software 100%, That means I don't have so much stuff to talk about as other developers who are doing this all day and then post stuff on the internet in the evening after they finished coding a feature. So yes, even if I could build in public, my whole team cannot do this collectively. This is why it makes less sense for us. But as you see in my next video, I'm going to show product updates. So I intend to publish more of what we're doing and how we're doing things. But I don't want to specify and exactly show how we code it, just because I don't think it's necessary and I don't think it is helpful for the people we want to attract. We want to attract non-tech founders who want to build products with us, or who just want to build their own software products and want to get some help. This is why I make this free content on YouTube. And I think what's much better for them is to show them decisions, show them why we do certain things, and then eventually if that was the right decision. Because in business, the decision is the most important thing. Do you agree? Leave a comment below.